domination spells trying to take away your free will. Come hither energy, okay?
Hola, hola, my beautiful
collective. You're
collective.
holding on to, you're gonna know what that is for you.
Follow, what's it, Chelsea? Got the
Anxiety
tea?
getting better.
Tea with Chelsea.
Got a trailer park
Chelsea.
in New Jersey.
She got some good energy.
Bonnie and
Seems like
Clyde.
every redhead I
So
meet
get
has
caught up
great
in some shit.
energetic
Please get
energy.
caught up in some shit. It's
They're
not
freaking
like,
me
again, I feel like there's
geekies.
other things going around in the energy.
All due
Outside
respect,
of
but
this
that's just
person
my
coming back
experience.
in, there's some hometown energy, maybe that's the Bonnie and
How
Clyde.
is everybody feeling? Oh my God, he has new material. I know, right?
And they're gonna get raided or something. I don't fucking know.
I'll be right back,
I'm
get some
gonna read
agua.
just a couple cards from the twin flame message deck really quick, and then we're gonna close this out.
Yeah, move that phone back, there's a
A
chair.
lot of you are gonna want, like, actually want and need this communication to get proper closure. I woke up and I wish you were here already. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. There's some kind of
No, you
start
didn't.
over. I've done the work.
Forgot that one guy with the glasses on. No, you don't.
It's on it. It's on it.
No, you ain't. No, you're not.
The karmic tried to trap me with the baby.
No, you're not.
What the fuck did I say?
No, you're not.
Yeah, but that woke you up, but it's too late. That's the thing though. Whatever they've woken up to, they're so far behind. Like they're not nowhere close to being woken up to do
Yeah,
with
we can
you.
definitely tell they're not woken up yet.
I should have listened to you.
Appreciate y'all's
If they didn't do this magic, which I do feel like somebody did, or they need somebody to do a reading on you, the person that they're with is something dark, I can tell you.
We got some dark entities underneath their fucking sheets. Confirmation.
This person
And
may
the
have
Cardinals
at
out
one
there.
point even like suggested you guys living together, or made you
Oh,
feel
hell
like your
no.
place was home.
We never went that far. She was bullshitting and didn't even communicate back once. I took my information, ran with it, and then got my phone hacked
They
and all
lied
that
to
shit.
me about you.
It's terrible.
You're saying they're sober, the cards are not saying that.
Yeah, right. We can tell by your skin you ain't sober. But we pray
And maybe you
for
rejecting
everybody
them
that is working through
is what's
getting
gonna
sober.
make
That's
them
not
try
a
to,
joke.
clean
So I don't want
themselves
to
up.
make that a
They
laughing
lied
matter
about you.
at all. Confirmation, bitches. Oh, it's
And I think
9:33.
this before,
If
she's
you know, you
trying
know.
to
12:12.
Look and act like you is creepy. Okay, so this person, like I said, is attached to somebody, and they may know who you are, and know that this person isn't over you. And
Just allowing everybody to get themselves together. And also check out Roundtable with Rashad Jamal and
I visit you in your dreams. You may be
Miss
seeing
White,
in your dreams. They
I
keep
think.
saying I'm sober.
That's,
I'm
his
not
wife's
buying
name.
that.
Yeah,
Okay,
check that out. I
thank
was
you for the discernment. Sorry for the delay.
I logged in on my other phone, this phone, and from Instagram, the direct message you sent, and I had the countdown, and then it popped on with his wife sitting there getting the cards ready. But it wanted me to sign in, and I'm watching this video, so I logged out, and then I had a permission to do this video. So I just wanted to put that out there to the universe. Go support Rashad Jamal and his wife, Miss White, I believe her name is. Forgive me if I'm butchering your name.
Okay, so stay calm, see it for what it is. Let it go.
Let it
But,
go.
as
Let go and
always,
let God.
everything is free will. If you decide to go dip back in that pond,
I'm definitely not dipping back in no pond. I'm good. I got my decision made. We locked in.
so
The synchronicities are two
let's
in
see
line.
in the future.
Love you, girl. I'll be back. So let's just jump right on into it, man. It feels fucking great. Welcome everybody back to another episode of No Filter Daily Motivation. It's going to be like a hybrid, a freestyle video. I'm getting the topic of get used to being uncomfortable. I forgot that girl that always says, nigga, I got a secret. You the shit. Alright? Alright, a lot of people out here that are spiritual don't want you to know that God is the sun, the moon, the earth, the trees, the leaves, the animals. They don't want you to know that. These religious people want you to be separated from yourself so they can control you. Nigga. I haven't used that word in a long time, but I've been using it recently because we know the origin of it. I don't want people to go out here and keep on running around. Oh, nigga. Because I really don't like the way it sounds, but we must remember the origin of everything. That just means king. And if I'm wrong, correct me. I believe nigga means king. And Niga, something like that. But besides that, I appreciate her videos all the time. And I think she did a video recently. I think her name is like Malachi or something. It's a very unique name. Light-skinned, beautiful, collective queen. She has grills, I guess you want to call them, like gold silhouette grills that go around her teeth. It looks dope. It looks very Egyptian. But either way, very in tune, very well-rounded goddess that's dropping a lot of gems. And she dropped a video a few days ago to remind all of us that we need to, confirmation bitches, get used to being uncomfortable. Like yesterday, I texted my stepmom that I know is the ringleader of all this. This is Operation Embarrassment. So Marie Burrows, which was my stepmom, I put it up there on Threads yesterday. It felt so uncomfortable to reach out to her and text her. I was like, I know everything you did. I know that you put me under a false conveyorship program. I know you put me under false power of attorney. I know you've been manipulating all my relationships because you have a control issue. You're with the Eastern Stars, Sisterhoods. You've been doing a lot of sacrificing and manipulating documents, lying to judges, police officers. I mean, the whole 9 yards, right? I've been getting those premonitions for a long time. When I was shrooming last year, I saw her evil ass, and I feel like I just tapped into the Matrix, and I was just seeing, like, to describe it to y'all, when I took that drink that I believe was poisoned, but God let me know, hey, God saved me from Dante's Inferno. You all remember that video back then. But when I was tapped in God mode, and I saw the binary lines and stuff, when I broke down, I was crying, and then God's like, open your eyes. I was like, I don't want to. And then I opened them up from my bedroom door, and I looked in the living room, my living room, and I just saw these like grid marks, like on graph papers in class and stuff. It basically looked like you're playing a game of tic-tac-toe, but with all the crosshairs and stuff like that. If I'm describing that right. And so I saw the grids like everything was just virtual reality, right? So that fucking freaked me the fuck out. But it also let me, it was very revealing but very terrifying at the same time, because I saw myself as like this big being sitting in the cosmos like Loki and holding a whole bunch of strings, like timeline strings. And I was sitting there like the thinking man, if you know, you know. I was like so lonely. Confirmation, bitches. I was so lonely up there. I remember having a conversation, I believe, with God, and I basically asked God, hey, I'm getting lonely up here. I want something more, because I've been up here doing this forever. And then God gave me a chance to basically come down to earth, long story short. So that was dope. And then something told me to jump on my bed, close my eyes, and once I did, I saw like pulsating. It looked like from a bird's eye view, it looked like one of those intricate mazes, you know what I mean? That are just very intricate, all right? So it looked like a maze, but it was pulsating. But then when I got further up, like I was like, ascending higher up, it looked like a big alien or something. Just looked like some strange alien, which could have represented myself, right? I tapped into myself. And then I just see this golden pulsating item in the middle of this maze, and then I just start swimming towards it. I grab it. I see my stepmom like hovering over it like some fortune ball or something, like a fortune teller ball, crystal ball. So I push her out the way. It was funny as shit. I don't recommend violence, but it was funny when it happened, because you see someone that you supposedly love, and then you just shove her, like you just like mush her and shit. Just one of them scenes you see in the movies that's just so disrespectful, but it's like a pothead movie, so we get the humor. Some slapstick comedy, I guess. So I like mush her out the way, and then I grab this pulsating gold item, and I just start laughing and like crying in tears and like laughter, like maniacal laugh, like you know what I mean? Like I finally did it. I finally found my identity. And then I look to the left and I see these children locked up in cages, and I swim to them and I open up the cage and I start freeing them. I hug them and I let them know they're all free. And then as soon as I did the releasing of the kids, then like the maze, which was kind of like copper colored or highlighted in copper, I guess. It was just, I don't know how to describe it. It was like a black background, like the cosmos, but you just see like the maze highlighted in copper, right? And then once I grabbed my gold item, which was my inheritances and so forth, and I unleashed the kids from the jail cell they were in, like all the sex trafficking shit, I believe that's what I represented. That's what that image represented. Then like the copper outline started pulsating gold, and it was like I don't know if you remember the movie X-Men when Charles Xavier was in I forgot what it's called, where he puts the helmet on, this Nubero or something. I forgot what the machine was called. If you know, you know. But he puts it on, someone tip of my tongue, and like he sees all the mutants that are out in the universe, and they're all highlighted red, I believe. And once I freed the children, it kind of gave me that image. Like I just saw like all the children I freed, and they would turn from red to like gold, or like a bright white light or yellow light or something like that. And then I just started seeing it like across the maze that I was immersed in. Then everything started just pulsating gold, and then I woke up. But long story short, once I had that mission or that vision, then I texted my stepmom. I was like, I know what you did. You've been ciphering your boyfriend or roommate George from his energy. Because I'm going a little too deep. But I texted her to let her know I know what she did, you know what I mean? And that she's evil and she's always been plotting against me. And then yesterday I was wrestling with, I was like, should I text George, which is her roommate? Because she's blocked me. I texted her the previous day and said, I know what you did about all this falsified documents. You hired hitmen to kill me, and you stole my grandparents' inheritances and all that stuff, and you're behind it. It just makes sense. And then she texted me yesterday, was like, I say this with a heavy heart, but don't contact me ever again. And I said, I'll see you in court. Right, and I put that on Threads for just documentation purposes. In my last video, I told you guys the previous day I called the cops and made a statement to let them know that I don't feel safe here in my own building because I got that creepy ass fucking property manager, John Grouse, look him up, or Kraus. I was going to take a screenshot of him because he's a Facebook suggestion friend, so you all can see who it is, and we'll start putting pictures up here. This is Front Street. So that's where this uncomfortable-ism comes in, because we need to learn to be more uncomfortable, because when you grow and you're that ruffler of feathers, you're going to ruffle a lot of people's opinion, their points of views. And then when that happens, then they want to use emotional manipulation to say, what are you doing? That's too much. You're overthinking it. You're not the same person you used to be, or the person I used to like. And a lot of times that makes us feel guilty, and they want us to go back to the person they can control. So I appreciate that shorty that dropped that video to say, get used to being uncomfortable, because yesterday I was wrestling with that. But I'm learning when I get my first instinct to act on it, because we all know if you don't go with your first instinct, 9 out of 10 times, it's not 10 out of 10 times, we regret not listening to our self-preservation and instincts to do certain things. So I sent her another message yesterday, bada bing, and the rest is history. But that was a major hurdle, but it felt great because, like, if you're a body language king and you know about psychology and so forth, because I went to University of Maryland, College Park, and I was studying criminology. So that's what I wanted to get into until some of my classmates were actually in criminology as well, but they were like going with the cops on homicide raids, and they would like be digging up dead bodies and telling me about it, and it like just something hit me. I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to see a dead body, because years ago, I believe my stepmom, after I graduated high school, was thinking about becoming an EMT emergency medical trainee, I guess that's what it's called, or technician, something like that. And when it came down to doing that job, I don't think I would have been able to see all that blood. You know what I mean? Some things I just can't handle. Some things I don't think I could. But with God, you can handle anything. But long story short, I made my decision. I ain't going to be an EMT or criminology based off of those things. But I learned a lot from criminology about like how the human mind works and so forth, how criminals' minds works. I've always been fascinated about that. So when you know guilty people's reactions, long story short, and that'll be for another time and another topic. So I think I want to keep this download short and to the point, just to encourage other people out here that are on their own self-development journeys to be as brave as you can, because the bravery and the pioneer, to pave a way that not many people has trekked on, journeyed on, is going to be a rough terrain. You know, I mean, there's going to be a lot of obstacles that are placed in your way to discourage you, because there's a saying, misery loves company, and that's very true. You know, like, a lot of people are not built to be isolated and to be alone. They require or crave company and companionship. I mean, who doesn't? I mean, trust me, being isolated for 7 years and just having maybe like a small circle that you communicate with so you can have that human interaction, that's satisfying at itself, because you want to be connected, period. You don't want to be John the Baptist and not like connected with anybody, but John the Baptist was connected with a small circle too. The point I'm getting at is like, this journey requires a lot of sacrifice that a lot of people are not willing to do and do not understand what the requirements are. They just look at me and think it's an easy walk in the park, so they want the benefits right away without going through Hell Week or boot camp. That's literally the best analogy I can say. People don't want to go through boot camp to face themselves. Just like Cheetah Claus, yesterday I was watching her video briefly. She was talking about, like, she redundantly says, like we all redundantly say, which is a good thing, because repetition is the sister of success, so we're going to continue staying in your brain so you get it. She was talking about majority of people do not want to go through that brutal shadow work. And she brought up another good point. A lot of people don't like authentic, raw people, I believe she said it, because she respects real people. She was making an analogy. She was basically saying people like narcissists in their stories because it's exciting, you know what I mean? People like the fluff in the stories. People don't like the honest truth. And when I heard that, I was like, it's true, but it makes your eye twitch. Unfortunately, that's the society that we're working to correct. Slowly but surely it's working. But the majority of people are on some devil time shit. You know what I mean? Porno, fornication, music that's low vibrational, talking about killing, all that shit. It's just what it is. And the people in Hollywood know exactly what they're doing. They want to keep us lustful and always looking at ass, titties, low vibrational material, because it reflects the society we're in. So, like, you can say, oh yeah, fucking Trump's not doing what we need to do, so we're not getting all of our money, so fuck it, I'm gonna go rob or sell some drugs, you know. And they're just, I can relate to that, you know what I mean? Society is built to keep a lot of us in the slaughterhouse, to keep us just looking at certain celebrities, craving for their lifestyle so bad that you will be willing to do anything. Unfortunately, that's how the system's made. You see them on magazines, you see them on TVs, you're living your mundane life, right? And no shade, I'm just putting an example. A lot of people just say, I'm just living an automatic robotic life, right? An NPC, basically. Just no goals, no ambitions, no drive, no inspiration. I'm just living just to live, pay bills, get up, do it again tomorrow. Society that built this, you know, if you know, you know who's behind everything. The royal families, yada yada. Rothschilds and all that shit has been manipulating the banking systems, schooling systems, educational systems, same thing. Health systems, political systems, food market, the doctor market. They just been controlling everything. Something else I was going to say, I forgot. But they have their palm in everything to keep us craving for the shiny objects. So when you get selected, right, if you want to play basketball, or football, or baseball, whatever it is, you've been indoctrinated so long throughout your life that it's like getting a Willy Wonka golden ticket. Oh my God, I've been selected. You feel special because it's very rare to be selected in such a massive club, right? Like George Carlson said back in the day on stand-up, he's like, hey, a lot of people want to be in the club, but you're just not in it. Something like that. Yeah, a lot of people want to be in the club, but you're not in it, or something like that. Basically talking about the rich folks, the 1%. It's very hard to get in that club, but a lot of people want to be in it. Something like that. So when you get selected, then it boils down to when people say, oh, I'll do anything for that. And they know that you would do anything for that. That's why you see a lot of these TV shows like Fear Factor. What would you do for the money? Traitor shows, or who would you betray to get this prize? I keep on seeing a show that's about to come on Hulu called, like, I forget what it is. It's like these people on a boat, and the premise is you have to break up other people's couple to win a prize. I'm like, this is the most poisonous shit ever, because what are you teaching the generation? You're teaching people how to be sneaky, deceitful, malicious, ruin people's lives just to get a prize. I'm a poet and didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? So you look at these game shows and people are like, oh, it's just entertainment. No, that goes beyond entertainment. They know this shit. All right? Like, it's sickening when I see certain shows that are just set up to be poisonous and then people look at it as entertainment. But just like music is an entity that we literally can't control. It once it enters our body, it's something you can't control. It's like something that enters your body without your permission. I've heard someone describe music like that before, and it's very true. A lot of other things you need permission for. If you want to eat something, you know what I mean, you grab that item, whatever you want, and then you make the decision to eat it. With music, you hear it and it enters you, and then you be randomly throughout the day bumping a Michael Jackson song. Beat it, beat it, beat it, beat it. Right? And then that beat. Doesn't matter who's wrong or right, just beat it. Beat it. Beat it, do-do-do. Beat it. Beat it. Right? See, I'm already doing it, right? That's what the power of music does. So it's like these shows are the same thing with music, because they got so many subliminal messages in the background that your brain's processing and is putting together a formula for that scenario. So when you're out and about in life, your brain synapses and your subconscious has already put together everything it's received from that show, and then unbeknownst to you, you start doing the stuff you see on that TV show, and it starts dictating your actions, your thinking, because you're seeing someone on TV that is idolized. So your body thinks, oh, that's cool because a lot of people are liking this on TV, so maybe we start emulating it. I mean, we've all been there and done that. Come on now. When I was young and I used to see Indiana Jones movies, I would embody that I'm fucking Indiana Jones everywhere I went, with the women, with the adventures, the wit, the thinking, everything. When I saw Star Wars, I saw myself as Han Solo the whole time. So it was like, I embody that. When I saw Married with Children, I would embody myself as Al Bundy, you know, do the facial expression. I know that's not it. You know, all that shit. My friend, hey, you should be a comedian. You're good at impersonation. So I got that when I was young and shit. So like we all do that, you know what I mean? And like I told y'all before, when me and my supposedly boys were working in DC at this one radio station, Listen Vision, with DJ Boom, I think his name is, cool peoples. We had a show called Detention Hall, and we would go up there and just and talk our minds, you know what I mean? Talk about our latest projects, our latest shows, behind the music industry, sports. We would talk about a little bit of everything, right? And one time, me and my boy Mike were out there. Another Cardinal. Me and my boy Mike were out the front of the building, smoking, just overlooking the main street in DC. I think it's near a college. Listen Vision's near a college or something like that. If you know, you know. And then one time we were out there smoking, and then we looked on the street. It was during like the Lil Wayne Future era, I guess, when they were doing their thing. It's like 2010-ish, 2011, 12-ish era, I believe. I could be wrong on those years. Could have been a little later. Could have been around 2014, 15, something like that. Me and time don't exist because time doesn't exist. We were smoking over the rail, leaning over the banister or the rail, whatever, and just noticed everybody was dressing like Lil Wayne and Future, and we looked at each other like, ass, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, ass. I mean, shit, that's how influential music artists, role models, influencers can be. You know, if you want to be that person so bad, you would find yourself dressing in the skinny jeans, wearing the dreads, all that shit, right? So once I noticed that, I'm like, ass, I'm glad I'm not like that. I've never been a name brand person. I just throw on whatever, not throw on whatever, but, you know, I like looking presentable. But I remember when I was younger, people used to say, like, man, you dressing like a rainbow. You just throw on whatever colors. I would have blue, purple, orange, looking like a Ninja Turtle on this bitch and a foot soldier fighting that shit. You know. So I just always just be tossing on shit, not even giving a fuck, because my charisma says it all. I didn't have that mentality back then. I've always been humble. Majority of my life. So, like, if you know, you know, like, just let your character speak for itself. That's another lesson. You don't need chains, name brands, Jordans to be accepted. And a lot of us in society feel we need to be accepted that way to fit in these groups, because a lot of us don't like showcasing our personality. We always hear, don't dim your light, right? A lot of us feel like we won't be accepted if we show them what we literally are doing within our own bedrooms, within our own four walls of our house. But knowing this is the Truman Show, I was like, I can't even beat off without hearing the next day, hey, people may be taking pictures of sensitive areas. Like, hey, this a bitch. I can't even think about ass if I'm beat off and shit. And have y'all taking snapshots and then going into the fucking dark web. Hey, another subscription. My kid's so beat off. So it's like, whatever. But so basically, I'm saying I'm who I am on and off camera. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. So I don't need the bullshit. Confirmation, bitches. So it's never been faking the funk with me. So it was like we should all get used to being uncomfortable, being ourselves, setting strong boundaries, because we have obsessive people, like, right? We know this. I had to finally put Megan on Front Street, take a fucking screenshot yesterday with a paragraph I left for her. I was like, hey man, you made fun of my ass and you had a chance with this dude and you fumbled the bag Harskis, and now you want to do sex magic and work my way back, your way back into my life? Fuck no. And didn't even have no apologies for what you did. Is like your brain's just all fucked up. You don't even have any logical reasoning with your brain anymore. You just forget about the action you do, and then you have a fresh slate. Like, okay, let's do it. Let's start again. Let's have an argument, and then we'll make up some actual I hear the same shit. Like, your messages are the same and say every time you get caught, you say the same shit. Oh, I like you now. Oh, then the next day you hate me. It's like bipolar shit. I was like, this girl doesn't have any idea what she's doing. She's taken over by dark, lower entities. She's a druggie. She's doing all types of shit. She can't play it off. I see it in the skin, because when I was doing drugs, I saw it in my own skin. And you can go back to my old videos when I was doing Wolf of Wall Street and drinking and all that shit. You saw the difference. There was no glow back then. Or it was like flickering. So you can see the major difference when someone glows up for real and when someone tries to pamper up and put the makeup on and shit and look all fucking sunken-eyed like a corpse and shit, attempting to be cute. But your energy says it all. So, like, God is great, shows me I would never be with that joint. No accountability, nothing. Every day they flip their answer just to fit in the crowd. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not. So, confirmation, bitch, we ain't dealing with that. So yeah, people have been showing their true colors. It may be tough when you have to call out your own family and put them out on blast. Operation Darth Vader helmet. You know, if you know, saving people. You know what I mean? When God tells you to save certain people, you do that. We call that Darth Vader helmet. Operation Darth Vader helmet, meaning like when Luke Skywalker saved his own father from the Emperor and from the dark side at the very end. And Darth Vader had a change of heart, saved his own son from Palpatine, asked his son to take off his helmet so he could see his son with his own human eyeballs, and then they did that. Very emotional moment for a lot of fucking fathers and sons, right? And Luke Skywalker saved his father and brought his soul back to the light side to transition to enter the gates of heaven, long story short. So that's what we call Operation Darth Vader helmet, because it's never too late to save somebody from the dark side. And you also have Operation Embarrassment, when you know people are doing certain things, they're showing you based off their silence, no support, that they're guilty as fuck. Then you have to call them out, even though they may be close and you may have grew up with them all your life. You don't want to admit that person was the one that was doing the most. When you get damaged, and when you get hurt, most likely, 9 out of 10 times, it's coming from the people that are closest to you. But that's the 48 laws of power, arts of war type of maneuvers, you know what I'm saying? How to strategize to get closest to your enemy. The CIA knows about it, COINTELPRO, to change narratives, to get parties to go against parties. Some Othello's Shakespearean shit, you know, how to get manipulation, confusion, to have you go against someone that they want to eliminate themselves, but instead of getting their hands dirty, they put you against each other in manipulative ways. They will have someone, they will take a secret from you that they know is a secret between you two, and that only you two know it. But if your phone was hacked, they would write a letter using some of that sensitive information to make it sound like it came from one of the parties that was supposed to be maintaining that secret, and then they get it leaked out somehow, and then the two parties start fighting because they say, I only told you this. How did it get out this way? Only you would have done this, right? That's COINTELPRO shit. So if you know, you know. Do your research. So there's a lot of manipulative tactics going on out here daily since the beginning of time. And if you don't know, if you don't have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, you will be taken advantage of left and right. So I'm going to wrap up this video soon. It's 33:08. I was going to say if you know, you know, but I was a little slow right there. I didn't do the math. I was like 3 and 3 is 6. We know that. 3. Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah. So in 0 in Gematria, Jewish Gematria, 6 as well. So 6 and 6 is 12 is dope. 12, 1 and 2 is 3, plus the 8 is 11. So pretty dope, right? We got 11, 12. You know. So it's like we just got to use more of our discernments. And not get taken advantage of, especially if someone looks good. Confirmation, bitches. So I'm learning not to let my dick get me in trouble. It's been 7 years since I've used this bad boy, okay? I have no kids. I've never been married. None of that stuff. So whatever you guys may be hearing, that's just manipulative tactics that they use to attempt to steal my money by putting me in a marriage I don't know of, and all types of shit that I'm learning day by day. But my ancestors are keeping me ahead of the game, exposing these motherfuckers. So the more they get desperate, the more the FBI is going to catch them red-handed. RICO case shit. So that's why it's good. Take screenshots. Stay ahead of your narrative, which is sad to do. I was just taking screenshots, not even for that purpose back then. I'm just a screenshot taker because I like using that in my videos and so forth. Like when I went to Boston and I started filming my inside my life every day. I remember this one dude named Terry was like, why are you always filming this shit? And then when he said that, I realized what I was doing. I'm always documenting my life because I have an amazing life, and I want it to leave this for my next generation, my family to see my legacy and what I paved the way to do. Like, I've always been fascinated ever since MTV back in the day did their show, The Real World, and that was like the first reality TV show inside the life of college students after the school life or still going to college, getting a job, paying their bills, how to live outside their parents' house with other individuals in the same demographic. So it was very cool to see that, and a lot of the world was gravitated to that type of inside look of people's lives, and it took off from there. We see it, you know what I mean? The Real Wives of Hollywood. I mean, everything. It's branched off since Real World was the flagship for everything we see now. So that's why I always take screenshots and just document shit, because my dad used to say, take care of your business before your business takes care of you. And that stemmed from, he would always say, keep your bills, keep your receipts, because there's a lot of these corrupt businesses that will double charge you. And if you don't have your receipts to back up the bill you paid last month, they will definitely charge you. It's like you already know how it goes. Like, if the company makes a mistake, it seems like they can say, oh, it's not our fault, and get away scot-free without no consequences. But when it comes to us making a mistake, they can penalize us and just keep us more in the hole. You know, that's just the name of the game. Come on, bitch. So once you know all the tricks of the trade and the ins and outs and the nooks and crannies of this Palpatine manipulation, then it's very easy to navigate through it. Once you made your mind up, this is who you're going to be, you're going to stick to your guns, you're going to stick to your boundaries, and just go gung-ho for it, and not let your friends and your families and associates, people at work, tug on your fabric and your sleeves, like, don't go that way, it's scary. A lot of people project onto you their fears, and that can affect you if you allow their negativity, or maybe their advice, you know, to stick onto your fabric and let that weigh you down. A lot of people don't accomplish their goals due to that simple fact right there. They're confident, they had the vision from God, and then they do what Joseph did and told his brothers the vision. They got jealous and envious, and then the next day they started plotting on how to get rid of his own brother and tell their father, oh, well, he just got mauled up by the lions, type of shit, because they didn't like his shine and his brightness. And so his older brothers got jealous of him. So we know the biblical story. That happens to a lot of us. I'm a living example, okay? Cyberbullied every day. Can't even get on any social media threads or whatever stream without having a fake follower stalking me, or having some whack-ass comments that are pertaining to my life that I know that they're stalking because how sensitive the information is, but they take it out of context to irritate someone. Okay? They do a good job at that, too. So I'm learning how to navigate through all that bullshit. But I know now I am the algorithm. I am a threat. And that's why they're doing what they're doing. Verse, accountability, stepping up, focusing in their own life. They know what my life entails, so now they want a piece of the bag. How ironic, the audacity, when they were making fun of me the whole time last year. Oh, you're broke, you'll never do anything. But now, like, oh, we know you're wealthy. Now we want to suck your dick. Now we'll come back. And I said that last year. I said, don't come back. You better love me where I'm at now so I can see how authentically you'll be. I don't want you to love me when all the wealth and the smogs, the decimation of smogs, treasures all in my cave, and I'm just sitting there comfortably with my belly up while Frodo or Bilbo is attempting to be invisible, steal my shit like people's been doing for over 40 years until they got called out now with their pants down. Confirmation bitches. Now everybody wants to change up the narrative or catch amnesia. Or I don't know, I was busy. Or I love this line. When I just call people randomly just to do it. Or if I bump into them, they say, hey, so how you doing? What you been up to? When you know damn well they all know what I've been up to. And the reason I say that with so much conviction is when I wasn't woke and the material I was putting out and recording back then, they were all on my ass, always paying attention, even back then. So you're telling me now that I'm the shit even more since I know who I am and y'all don't know who you are? That you not paying attention, or your friends or someone in the community say, hey, did you see what your brother did? Did you see what fucking Zoe's doing? You're saying that now all of a sudden you're disconnected? But you're paying attention hard back then when I wasn't even necessarily knowing what direction I was going to do. After the music chapter, I was like, I don't know, I'm just figuring it out. Taking it day by day. Mr. does it all. See? So that's when you know they're lying. So what you been up to? I was like, get the fuck out. You know what I've been up to before I even got this hot. So now you're acting like you're too busy and you got family and you're doing whatever. You're not on social media. So I know I'm going to get that this week too. I know it. Hey, so what you been up to, buddy? And then I'm just going to call them the fuck out. I'm like, man, you obsessive motherfucker. You know what the fuck I've been up to. Get the fuck out of my face. And then see their reaction. If you're body language king or queen, you know exactly how they respond. If they respond like they're not shocked when you tell them to fuck off, then you know they already fucking been spying on you. If they're like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? They could be a good actress or actor, whatever. Confirmation, bitches. But you know, we all know energies now, so all right. But I'll let you guys study that. Hopefully it resonates with the true people it's supposed to resonate for. And keep on being yourselves, y'all. Don't be threatened by me. Let me be an inspiration for what you can achieve. I love that song, Horn. That's it. Be who you can be. Use me as a measuring tool. But yeah, I'm always going to be the innovator. I don't need y'all's validation. That's why a lot of y'all pissed off. Y'all thought I was going to always need your validation to join your club, to sit down at your table. And now everything I fucking see is y'all want to sit at my table now. And probably the sad thing is you've always wanted to sit at my table, but to me, I was a sacrificial lamb that y'all thought I wouldn't see 2 steps past y'all's fucking manipulative plans. And I gotta give you props. You guys are really good. For over 40 years, you had me. It just tells me a lot. I've always been honest. I never would have even pondered the shit y'all did. Oh, I'll get this person against this person. I'll have this person ruin this relationship. I'll change this document. I'll put this person's name in this. I'm just ruining people's lives, and you just treating it like a game, like it's some Hunger Games shit, some purge shit. You didn't give a fuck. But now, since the rabbit got the gun, now you really do give a fuck. Now you know who I really am. I am the descendant of Jesus Christ, Yeshua, whoever you want to say. And y'all really scared because everything I've said came to light. Now you know the weight of my words, and now you know what I say comes to fucking fruition. Now you want to duck and dive under some fucking Judas trees. It ain't working. That's why I love body language. Everything I'm seeing is just showcasing me how guilty you've always been. Love you. Think about that. I'm going to pearl up something nice while y'all just sitting there nervous again. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I can't wait to see my baddies, my collective. Just keep on calling these people out. Yeah, they lied in court about this one. Yeah, the film crew is fucking in the courtrooms filming your life like the Truman Show, and the judge allowed all the disrespect, like all that shit is coming to light. Yeah, they tried to say you're crazy, and the judge called them out. Now their narrative is fucking boom, boom, boom. Now this person's hiding a certified letter. They're trying to slow down your wealth. It ain't happening. But every time you guys slow down shit, you guys get sick. You guys die. You fucking have some fucking bullshit happen in your life. Then you think I'm the one fucking doing this spell work. No, it's your own nasty energies coming right back to you because I'm too high to even that whack-ass Walmart aisle 8 magic to reach to me. It's literally gnats flying around the little buzz lights in the summertime. That's all it is. And every time you get close enough, you get zapped. So I'm just a walking mirror of karma, walking love spell, walking abundance, walking prosperity, walking authenticity, walking big dick energy, walking your special person wants me, walking that you can't believe I'm still here after all the shit y'all did, still whatever else. Okay, I'm that guy, all right? So I'm the one you betted on. Like, hey. I'm the couch time with Pat, just getting up here salty. Hey, man, don't let your kids grow up to be a simper chef, you know what I'm saying? And he's just ratting himself out. He's like, his bitches are gone. All right, now all of his ladies, some women like to be called bitches, so you already know. If you know, you know. You listen to the songs all the day. Oh, yeah, my bitch. So don't get offended if you hear me say that. I don't even want to hear that. And with the audacity, you listen to the same song with the disrespect from Cardi B and them, and Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah, these bitches, oh, my bitch, yeah. So don't even come at me with that shit. All them are on my jock now. And now they want to come up with salty videos acting like, hey, I am a simp. Never been a simp in my life. I have never bought women shit for pussy. And you can check my track record. You guys just look at my loving nature as simp-like. No, this is how the body of Christ is. Love, forgiveness, support, help thy neighbor, love thy neighbor. not be a spy, not harass and cyberbully and falsify documents and attempt to swap destinies type of neighbor, not a Karen neighbor, not a bipolar neighbor, not an obsessive hating neighbor because I don't have the same talents as this person does. So I'm going to do everything I can to sacrifice this person so I can attempt to get what God destined to them. Sad McGad, miserable as fuck. So y'all better get yourselves together because the time's up. And if you haven't been reading your scriptures, I'm reading it day by day, just randomly opening up shit God's telling me exactly what I need to do, and it pertains to exactly what I'm living. That's why I know God and me are connected. Thelma Louise shit, but with a different ending. I love each and every one of you. It's 4525. Confirmation, bitches. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of No Filter and Daily Motivation with your boy Zodog. I know I like leaning in a lot like this. It's just one of those things. Well, yeah, we love it. We're embodied, shoulders more wide out, and we're not as protective as we used to be. I forgot who broke down that body language thing, but that was really good. I think it was Jadina. It's like, yeah, when we really want to be sheltered, we tend to have our body like that. I never knew that. Well, that makes sense, you know. You've been hurt a lot in your life. You want to protect yourself. So, yeah. Thank you, Jadina, for that. But stay sexy, stay beautiful, stay handsome, all that stuff. Stay yourselves. You can be inspired by people, but don't be obsessed where you dim your own light by robbing yourself of your own joy because you're following the next man or the next woman. You can be the same thing. But actually, you don't want to be the same thing. Everyone's unique for a reason. You know what I mean? Use someone as an inspiration and then add your own sauce to it. You know what I'm saying? Add your own flavor to it. That's the key. Take care. Stay beautiful.